I'm so glad I got to reach enough people and basically tell you guys, like, listen, guys, this is not looking good. This is a complete bloodbath. I told you guys not to re-enter the market and just, I feel like this channel's like Noah's Ark in the sense that, we're doing everything. We're telling you exactly what you need to know, showing you everything you need to know. And, against every single channel, I'm telling you, there are people that are hitting these wicks right here. They're hitting these wicks right here, and they're like, oh, the dip's over, the dip's over. And then they're just getting wrecked, destroyed, liquidated. They're losing everything. It is a bloodbath right now in cryptocurrency. It is an absolute bloodbath. Breaking this support level, we just held it at the beginning, breaking this support level. Let's see, are we live? We're live. Alright, good, we're live. Because you guys need to hear this, because this is the only channel that's going to tell it to you. And like I said, I seriously think this is like Noah's Ark, where we're like, come here, help, get as many people to safety as we can. And the entire market is just getting massacred. And I told you guys, I said hold, I'm like the platoon leader. You got double top right there. Price action comes in from the top, so it's not exactly a textbook, but it looks like it's going to be playing out. And we are dropping. Guys, I told you guys, hold. I said do not get into positions right now. Do not buy. We do not have confirmation of a reversal. And we just keep seeing kids get wrecked over and over and over again. And all the time on the channel, we're just constantly telling you guys, hold your position, hodl. It's really only the mythical legend OGs like myself that can really save the normies. And I just wish, and I reached out to BitBoy earlier, and I said please. I didn't say please, I was very professional in the text message, but I said please BitBoy. Essentially what I said is please BitBoy, please send some of your community over here. They're just getting wrecked listening to you. They're just getting absolutely wrecked. And of course what I told you guys is we need to break above this line. If we don't break above this line and close above this line, the dip's not over. Guess what? The dip's not over. We just set a low. We just set a lower low. And, we're looking at targets as the market's cooling off and heading lower. And it's just a bloodbath. It's just an absolute bloodbath. And like I said, this channel is like Noah's Ark. It's like when we were telling everybody, believe it or not, I know more about real estate. Like that shows how much of an expert I am in real estate. I know more about real estate than I do about cryptocurrency. I'm one of the biggest experts in the space in crypto. I've outpredicted every single crypto channel. Crypto channels don't tell you the actual facts. I haven't heard a single crypto channel say one fact. Not a single big channel say one fact. Say, oh, is the dip over? Is the dip not over? They just, it's all a bunch of crap. And the big channels always piss me off, and that's why we made this channel originally. Let's see, so that's Coinbase, but I told you guys because nobody else is going to do it for me. There's nobody that's competent enough in the space. I told you guys, if we do not close, I told you guys last video, if we do not close above this level right here, this 0.386, this 0.382 level on the 4 hour, then we're going to go lower. Look at us tank. I said hold team, and my only regret, and it's not even a regret, it's the community's fault. The community's sleeping on this channel, and it's just an absolute bloodbath. And we're trying to get everybody to safety. This channel is like the Noah's Ark. It's like everybody's just getting absolutely massacred. Getting liquidated, getting wrecked, pulling out, getting absolutely destroyed. And on this channel, you know, we're calm, collective, and our only regret is that why do we only have 104 subs? Why is there no major channel shouting us out? Why are we not getting the attention that we deserve? Why? And it has nothing to do with me. I'm retiring next year. I could care less. You know, I'm one of the best guys in the space. I'm one of the best traders in the space, and it clearly shows. I didn't come into this space to make money. I came in this space to help people out, and I want to help people out. And um, you know, nobody is nobody is like none of the channels are shouting us out. None of the community is really responding well to our channel. Like they are, but like I said, like this is like Noah's Ark, and I'm trying to load up as many people into the channel as possible to save them money, because everybody's just getting absolutely wiped out in these markets. I mean, we've called every single dump. We predicted every single dump. We've stayed out of every single dump. We've called every single pump. We've called every single major altcoin. We've called every single we've called everything. And we will continue to always call everything. And again, my only regret in this channel, and it's not even has anything to do with me, it just has to do with the community. Like, why are more people not watching this channel? Because like I said, we're trying to get everybody to safety. We're trying to get everybody out of this bloodbath. And this channel is like Noah's Ark. Everybody's drowning around us, and we're trying to pull up as many people as we can. Stop drowning, stop drowning. We're here to help you. And BitBoy is not responding to my comments. Nobody's responding to my comments. I said, please, please. You have hundreds of thousands of subs, and the more they listen to you, the more they're going to lose money. The more they listen to Carl the Moon, they're drowned in. They're out here making stupid leveraged longs, drowned in. They're out here losing their life savings. Please, please, give us more subscribers so we can help more people. Please, please, we're trying to save everybody. Please, please, there's blood in the markets. And this is just kind of how I feel right now. And I told you guys that this dip was not over until we hit this level, and we didn't hit this level. We hit this Fibonacci, or until we hit this level. We hit this level, got rejected, and now we're moving back down. And I told you guys, I said I'll give you the all clear when this dip's over, and it clearly wasn't over. Let's see. So, I mean, this is kind of, you know, we talk about like really advanced TA on this channel. This isn't really right here from this swing low to this swing high. This is what all the normies are going to be looking at. What we want to look at is Fibonacci extensions like this on extremely relevant charts. So, yeah, see that right there? That's probably going to come into play immediately. This Fibonacci extension right here. We have this level right here. This is going to be huge. Let's see. So we got a 1 hour. We didn't get a 4 hour though. You gotta hear my words. Like you can't, like my words, like they're very, very important. Like you can't just say, well, we got a close. We got a 1 hour close. We were looking for a 4 hour close. All right. So you guys know the drill. I like answering your guys' question. I love helping you guys out. That's what I'm here for. Right now, and then look at, I got these nice macro charts put out. Right now I'm showing you guys everything you need to know, telling you guys everything you need to know. And in the previous video I was like, listen, the dump's not over yet. We're still looking at levels for a potential recovery, which we never got. And then we have this dump. And really what we're looking right now on this dump to see how significant it is, we're looking at two things. We're looking at volume, and then we're also looking at closes. So like right here, this was a bearish close. Right here, this was a bearish close. Let's see how this next hourly candlestick closes, and then let's keep in mind going to that 4 hour. You guys know how we rock on this channel. So this is going to be significantly massive. If this closes anywhere relative to where it is right now without wicking, that's going to be bearish for the price action and would have the potential to break this low, and setting a lower low would dictate more price action down. I told you guys, we're in the trenches. We're in the trenches holding up the entire markets, and there's only me and there's only 100 of followers. So the entire markets are absolutely getting obliterated, and this is like Noah's Ark. We're trying to help people out, but we don't have very many people to help. But we'll save all the drowning people that we can. It's just a bloodbath. I just feel so bad. There's nothing I can do. We only have 104 subs. I warned everybody, but not obviously the whole community. Just an absolute bloodbath. It's like, come on, we're trying to help you. It was like back when I was a real estate expert moving into crypto, and I was like, get into crypto, hurry, hurry, get into crypto. We're at the bottom, get into crypto. We're at the bottom, get into crypto. And then everybody was laughing, and then they got obliterated when we did, those massive move ups. Hurry, get into Cardano at 10 cents. Hurry, get into Cardano at 10 cents. So Crypto Love, he made a video basically talking about how it's a oscillator, or Cardano's a degenerator comparative to Bitcoin. Um, the thing is, the intrinsic value on Cardano, especially once it launches mainnet, is going to be pumping its price up. It's just like an ignorant way of thinking about like the crypto space, because you guys know that we've been at war with Crypto Love because he's been just talking absolute massive FUD about Cardano, and I'm like, what's this guy's problem? I know he's bought it in the past. Like, why is he FUDding the price of Cardano when he knows about the currency? Like, that's just ridiculous. And then he admitted today that he did buy it. I'm like, I told you guys he bought it. I'm an OG to the space. And yeah, so he was like, yeah, I bought it or whatever, but it's a degenerator against Bitcoin. But like I said before, and I say it all the time, it's an ignorant way of thinking, because Bitcoin's a store of value, whereas Cardano is the future of building blockchain on the for blockchain technology. It's the platform to build all these decentralized applications. It's like if the internet had a building block, and like if it's like if obviously the internet blew up and it was really big. It's like if Apple and Amazon and all these companies were all built on one platform under one company, and that one tech company owned everything. That's what Cardano is. And so to compare it to something like a store of value is absurd. And over the long term, I think Cardano could have the potential to outperform Bitcoin, but regardless, whether it outperforms it or not, and again, this comes down to real education in the space, not just understanding that Bitcoin is a store of value, but actually understanding the industry and where we're going in the future. Like Mark Cuban said, and take what he says with a grain of salt seriously, but he said, that this is could be bigger than the internet. And actually, if you study Mark Cuban and you know about Mark Cuban, he made all his money off of internet startups. He had some like betting company for sports or something, or like sport broadcasting or something for the internet back when it first started up, and that's how he originally made his money. So Elon Musk, the same thing with him. A lot of people don't realize that Elon Musk started an internet company, and that's what brought him major success in the beginning. And so when these guys are talking about cryptocurrency and their future and being as big as the internet, I mean, these were the guys that were building on the internet when it was brand new. So they do have room to talk. And so, yes, if you're very narrow-minded and uneducated and you really don't have any room to talk and you're not part of our community, the crypto space, then you might say, oh, Bitcoin's king, it's this and that. But long-term, Cardano definitely has the potential to pass Bitcoin, at the very least exposure to that altcoin because of alt season and because the obvious demand that there is for altcoins and the market cap, as a large denomination of cryptocurrency is in altcoins. And as cryptocurrencies like Cardano shine through and outlast a lot of these coins that aren't going to make it. Those crap coins, the money is going to flow into it's going to flow into Cardano. I don't want to get too technical about it, but anyways, I'm yielding on my. You guys know that I obliterated Crypto Love and was absolutely furious and was like, "What is this kid's problem?" When he first started talking smack about Cardano, because obviously we're not part of ADA Army. We're like the freaking lieutenant colonel, freaking first major class sergeant grade, whatever. We're leading the Cardano Army. We were there in the beginning. And we're not just some noob that heard about it on some YouTuber's channel. We were the YouTubers talking about it, and I had it on multiple social media accounts way back. I'm a huge OG into Cardano. And and like I said, I'm not one of the guys that went on some YouTuber's page and was like, oh wow, this looks pretty cool. No, I was there before these big YouTubers were talking about it. And I was like, no, you guys are sleeping on this project. You have no clue. And then Elon Musk today comes out and says Cardano's roadmap or whatever. I forget what he said. He posted something on Twitter, like buy Cardano or something along those lines. I was like, I told you guys. And then some more bullish news on Polkadot. You guys know my stance on Polkadot. When I tried, and I've called the top and bottoms on it like a bunch of times. So I always give you guys the opportunities on the space. Alright, so that's Femex, Coinbase, Bybit, BitBuy. So yeah, again, like I said, we're looking at the 4 hour. How this 4 hour candlestick closes is gonna be extremely important. Let's take a look at total. If we could get Cardano today for 60 cents, that'd be incredible. But I think a lot of people get it twisted when they hear about my Cardano stuff. Like, I'm not here to look for a quick flip. I'm not here to, I mean, since the beginning, I believed in this project massively, and now the market's just now starting to realize the potential. I'm not looking for a quick flip on Cardano. To me, it's like, do we have any questions? Hey, what's up? We had this freaking bloodbath that we were talking about earlier, and I was like, you guys hold, don't get in yet. It's not time. And then that bloodbath continues. But, so I'm not in Cardano. Like, when a lot of people talk to me about Cardano and they say, well, you know, like, it's like one whatever dollars or whatever, and potentially it's not worth, you know, what it's worth. And there's potentially an argument for that, and the only potential bearish case for that would be if it showed up in the charts, which we'll cover. But long term, like, I really couldn't care less. Anything for Cardano under $1 is a good deal, but I do want to get the best deals on it because I'm thinking about 4 years from now. Like I said, I'm not selling it this cycle. So when I say that, like, Cardano this, and when I talk about Cardano that, like, the time to accumulate was like 10 cents. That was like the best risk to reward ratio. But like we say on this channel, you can never have too much Cardano. And on a dump like this, and I told you guys a dump like this would happen. I told you guys there are 3 cycles when we go and accumulate Cardano. And Cardano and Bitcoin are 2 of the biggest ones we accumulate on this channel. And when there were a lot of like really big normies in the space, like we got a lot of backfire, and people were like, why are you a Cardano fanboy? And that's just stupid. That's like being like, why are you like a calculus fanboy? Like, it was just obvious. It just made sense. I wouldn't even say fanboy. It's just so, like, you can call the people that aren't educated on Cardano, you can call them fanboys because they're betting on it. We're not betting on Cardano. We know it's going to perform well. That's an investment. That's why it's called hustle, invest, repeat. Where are we at right now? 68 or 98, I mean. And people are saying, the market is saying that we want to go down to 60. Dang, that's going to be steep. That's going to be steep. Even right here is a nice area, but we could just breeze it if... Jeez, and we did get that massive wick right there. Oh, this is on Kraken though, so that's, take that with a grain of salt. That didn't actually happen. Kraken also said that Ethereum went to 700, and that just kind of shows the reliability and the liquidity on Kraken. Huge. This is, a lot of YouTubers will say scam wicks when they see the price spike or something. This is an actual scam wick, as in the computers malfunctioned with the liquidity provided, and it didn't give a real accurate, just in the immediate short term. This was the way the charts played out, the way that the exchange played out, but this isn't like an accurate graph of the supply and demand. So this would be an actual scam wick. Ask me questions if you have any questions. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard Noah's Ark. We're saving people massive amounts of money in this bloodbath called cryptocurrency. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Yeah, so this is a bearish candlestick close that we do have on the 1 hour, and then we start pumping right here. But you know, you get this fractal idea of a pump and then another dump. And this is a big fractal idea of that. You could easily see something like it just depends. We'll see what happens with this wick, this candlestick close. Like I said, the main thing that we're looking at right now is the 4 hour candlestick close. And I usually do like draw like a line, and then I'll be like, oh, if it closes here, then you know, this or that. But what I really want to show is this. I'll just go over it. I'll just like measure it out and go over it as in, so we get that exact area that we're looking for. See, we hit this area, we wicked it, but again, you gotta really remember my words, because my words are extremely important. We wicked this, but we never closed. I said if we close, you gotta remember my words, because they're extremely important. It's not just like cut and paste. It's got to be exactly as I say it. We had to have closed the 4 hour candlestick above this level to see a reversal. We did wick it, but on the 1 hour, not the 4 hour. I said the 4 hour. And so, like I said, write these down in stone. This is absolute fact. And now we're seeing a bloodbath. And I told you guys, I said, guys, no, don't go in there, don't go in there. And then the rest of the market is just getting destroyed. They're getting absolutely obliterated. I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to save as many people as I can. I don't know. We're just so underrated, and none of the big channels want to throw us their subs, but we'll take care of their subs and help them out more than they will. We deserve those subs. The people deserve to be helped. At least that's my beliefs. My first cycle, damn. What is the possibility that we top out? Next to 0. But and I'm being like very technical when I say that, and I guess we can look at some charts. I had a premonition. That's a big word. I don't know. I was top of my class, you know, in college. I don't even know what that word is. Premonition. I don't know what that means. The other night before 58K, maybe that's like some kind of like you're scared or something. Before, menition, I don't know. And I wasn't like a lot of the other guys that was studying Latin. So let's go into, you can just look at all these different charts right here. We'll go over real quick, and then I'll explain them, because like you can look at these yourself, but it's better that I explain them so you can really get an idea of what you're looking at. So this is a 200-day week moving average heat map. So this is the 200. This one right here is called the 200-day weekly moving average. 200-day weekly moving average, and or MA, like it says right here, which is the abbreviation for moving average. And it's one of the most substantial. So what you have to understand about moving averages is the higher the moving average, the more substantial it is. The higher the time frame on it, the more substantial it is. So this is the 200-day. So this is a very big moving average. And then this is on the weekly. So this is a very high graph for TA or TF time frame, and then also for the moving average. This isn't the 20-day, this isn't the 50-day, this isn't the 100, this is the 200. So this is the substantial of the substantial macro of the macro. And so this is what we look at in what's called the heat map. And basically, the further and further we go out into these cycles, rising the price, like we see right here, we see the price go up and up and up, and then it comes down eventually. So what's causing this red right here? What's causing this red right here? What we learned in technical analysis is that the price can only get overextended so ridiculously much from this 200 moving average. It can only go so parabolic, it can only go so extended before eventually retracing back to this area. And this right here is called a bull run, and this right here is called a bear market. Bear market, bull run. Bull run, bull run, bull run, small little dip, bull run, bear market. So we see this a lot, and this is just one example. And so when we're looking at, we're looking at this chart and it's all colorful and blah, 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 but we're not just looking at some random chart. We're actually using tangible logic from this moving average right here. So this is real technical analysis. This isn't just some chart. This isn't just some logarithmic chart. This is actual using technical analysis. It's just colored so it's easier for you to see. But just because it's colored doesn't mean that there's not the same validity that I have using technical analysis. No, this is very technical. So I hope I did a good job of explaining the validity behind this chart. But so this is the green area right here. And so we're about right here. We still have 12, 14, and then potentially up to this red. So we haven't got even into the orange yet. I am colorblind, so the military says I'm legally colorblind. I scored a 9 out of 14 on the colorblind test at ASVAB. So yeah, but this should be green. Your eyes are going to be better than mine most likely, so this should be like around here. And the fact that we are getting these dips, it actually brings us closer to this moving average and the integrity of the uptrend, because what makes a bull market, you have massive, on the macro time frames, you have massive uptrends, and the uptrend is still intact. The macro uptrends, I mean, when you see on the monthly chart, it's just parabolic going up, and there's no double tops on it. There's nothing like that that would bring us down. So that's why we're in a bull run, because of these uptrends and because of the supply shock that's caused by the halving. I'm not really going to get into too much of that. I'm not going to give you guys the 19-page paper Fidelity wrote on why Bitcoin's going to $1 million. I'm just going to tell you the fundamentals as to why I know that we're not on the top according to any metric. If we are on the top, then like it's not really possible. Like there's no TA saying that we're even remotely close. But so anyways, if we can come down here, consolidate for a little bit, then this moving average, because you have to understand that it's a moving average. So what is this? You really have to understand what this line is that's significant that Bitcoin's price touches every time it comes down. This is a average. So when you take the average price of the last 200 days on the weekly chart, so you take all of this price action that you see right here and you average it out over the last 200 days, and this is the line. This line represents the average price over the last 200 days on the weekly chart. And so if our price action is up here, then our moving average is going to spike. Like you see it spiking right here, and our bear market actually becomes lower, or it becomes higher, because the price is constantly moving up, because this is averaging out. As we hold these levels, the price starts to continue to go higher because it's averaging out. Okay, where has it been in the last 200 days? And as long as it stays above this moving average, which historically it always has, then we see that, our bottom of the market, first of all, is going to be lower. So the possibility that Bitcoin could ever hit 9,197 is nearly feasibly next to essentially like near indefinitely impossible, just because like you couldn't even tank the price because there's so many people holding Bitcoin, there's so many people buying it up. I don't think that they could tank the price today to 9,176. So I mean, I told everybody to put their life savings in around 10, 11. Like at this point, like the thing could just tank it out, and it's not even possible to do it. And you would lose a little bit of money of anything before blasting out. I'm not even, these are just like literally, like I say, impossible scenario, literally impossible scenarios. And I go over the impossibility of it. I mean, it's 8 o'clock at night right now. How many hedge funds are open? You know what I mean? So nobody really has the capital to initiate something like that. FOMO retail would buy it up. But yeah, so if the price comes down a little bit, consolidates, that's going to move this up. And then what's the significance of that? If this is moving up, then we can healthily, healthily, like healthily move up, because we're keeping a nice distance between this. We're not touching it. Like I said, we're not touching it. There's no way we're touching it. But because we would have to look at a break of the trend on the macros, and we're not even close. We're not even remotely close to even looking at an idea like that. It's just ridiculous. So what we're looking at right here is, if we were to consolidate, we would maybe come back into this, like, whatever you want to say. I want to keep looking at the price, but I hope that just gives you like a relatively decent understanding of what we got going on. All right, because I might look to buy some more Cardano, like I said, in this stream. Like I said, I could really care less if Cardano went back to 10 cents. I'm not interested. Is it going to go back? It's not going to go back to 10 cents, but I seriously could care less. People are like, oh, you made this so much money today. I don't look at my cryptocurrency in USD value. I really could care less. So yeah, if the point is that if it consolidates right here, we're cooling off. It's good for this heat map right here. All right, let's go into the next one. This is called stock to flow. A lot of what do you call it? Hedge funds. A lot of ginormous hedge funds actually use this in their investor reports. So when they were talking to shareholders, that they professionally use this as an example of the validity for justifying Bitcoin's price. And you see it in a lot of their financial papers. All right, so stock to flow. We got this orange area right here. I mean, I think it's orange. Again, I seriously, the military, I tried so hard on that test. I scored a 9 out of 14. I am legally colorblind. Whatever this color is, I think it's orange. I think we're like right here. Again, I'm literally legally colorblind. But I think it's orange right here. And so, I mean, we're not in that catastrophic area. and then we are going to cool off, it looks like. And if we're cooling off, that's going to be good for stock to flow. I mean, we're cooling off, we're cooling off, we're cooling off. Yeah, so I mean, we're looking good. We're a little hot, but I mean, I honestly can't tell you where the thing about being colorblind is the shading is the worst. It's not like I can't see certain colors. I can see every color. It's just I can't differentiate different colors like shading. So, yeah, I don't know where we're somewhere around here, but we still have room to go. It's not embarrassing. It's just I'm seriously colorblind. But for a normal person, they should be able to look at what I showed them and be like, okay, we're right here on the charts. All right. I'm not a big of a fan of golden ratio multiplier. To refresh the page. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this at all. I think this number is arbitrary. It's saying it's using Fibonacci. But it's not, you can't, it doesn't even have the historical background because they have to draw these line things. Like they have to be like, oh, there's 4 lines in this one, 3 lines in this one. And then it looks like it breaks their lines anyways. Yeah, another one would be the rainbow chart. Well, let's look at the logarithmic one. Market cycle. Stock to flow, pi, golden, logarithmic. Nice. So, I mean, this one shows we have a lot of room to grow. This is actually a really accurate one. A lot of people really like this chart right here. Logarithmic growth curve. Rainbow chart. I think I can zoom in. It just kind of sketches out the computer. Yeah, I don't know why the computer always trips when that happens. What the heck? Alright. At least we have it somehow. This is kind of cool. It like trips out like it's on LSD on like 100 grams. Literally. Alright, so this is it. Or LAUs or however, I forget how they dose that out. Yeah, I don't remember the specific whatever they call it. But so right here we're in what's called, is this a bubble? We're about to enter into the space called FOMO intensifies. And then this would be like sell, seriously sell. But check this out. As we consolidate, as we go down this curve and potentially consolidate, let's say we can just consolidate like this. Sell, seriously sell turns into $159,000. It's actually good to consolidate. It's actually good to lock in gains. RSI gets overheated. A lot of different technicals get overheated. Like we get extended from the high moving averages. We get overextended on RSI. There's a lot that happens, and so yeah, we're just locking in gains. We're just having fun. This is only a small dip. Like a lot of us vets, we have, what is it, like 39% dips. Like we have not even seen a 39% dip one time in this bull market. Like this isn't a big deal. I mean, Bitcoin could dump 39%. Bitcoin could dump 39%, and it would be a good opportunity to possibly accumulate. But you get a lot of guys that are like, they have no clue what they're doing. They come into the space and they just don't have a lot of business being here. They have no clue what they're invested in. They have no clue about they didn't read any financial papers, and they have no clue what a logarithmic scale is, or what the cycles, market cycles mean, or whatever. And they're just like, well, let's zoom out for a second. So this is the monthly chart. So for the entire bull run to be over, the entire dang thing, it would have to play out on the macro charts, because what's constantly perpetuating this move? Well, there's a lot of things that's perpetuating this move. There's supply shock, there's a lot of new investors, there's a lot of new use case with hyperinflation, there's a lot of things that are pushing cryptocurrency forward. But arguably, when you talk about what makes Bitcoin valuable and what really dictates the price, a lot of it has to do with charting. Charting is extremely important. I mean, we could hit 41,000. We could literally hit 41,000 easily. $41,000 a Bitcoin and bounce. And that would be a good opportunity. And I'm showing you this on the macro scale. And the most important TA is done on the macro scale. The most important price action is determined on the macro scale. Are companies still buying? Yeah, companies are still buying. Like there's literally nothing, and this isn't even swing low to swing high. This is a Fibonacci Elliott wave, corrective wave, application of the Fibonacci trend base, and this is an application most people that aren't even competent in. But if you want the normie version, we can come all the way down to 39,000, and we're still and if we don't break 39,000, like it's not even and we bounce off of this Fibonacci retracement area right here, the golden pocket, boom, bounce higher. So I mean, we could go over technical analysis all day long, but there's nothing. I'm not concerned at all. And I have multiple cars. I have a lot of money in Bitcoin and stuff. And if I'm not concerned and I have, houses in Bitcoin potentially, I mean, if you put a mortgage on it, I'm not going to tell you how much I have in Bitcoin, but I have a lot in Bitcoin. If I I have a lot of money in Bitcoin, and if I'm not stressing out about it one bit, and I haven't sold a penny, I mean, if you got $100 in, I dreamed that the guy who told me to get into crypto got run over by a bus, right? For 58K, I've had that type of dream before. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that one. I don't know. Maybe like your gut feeling or whatever, but none of the technicals say to sell. I mean, and I don't really want to go over it, but I can go over like why there's just no reason to sell. Because I mean, even if you do sell, and even if this was impossibly the top, then in 4 years from now, it's still going to outperform every asset class. So you lose, but you don't lose. You never lose. I am conflicted on holding XLM or just taking profits and hoping I can catch the next rebound. Yeah, I mean, I always get in from like a strong area of yeah, I always just get in from a strong area and then hold. Like for me, I'm very conservative. So anytime I enter into a position, if it was a good position and I looked at the charts and it was a good position back when I entered it in, then I'm like, then if I bought some back then, if it drops, I'm obviously gonna buy more of it if I was buying it back then. If that makes sense. Like if like for example, I bought Cardano at 10 cents and I heavily I drained my bank account to buy Cardano at 10 cents. Um if Cardano was ever to go to 5 cents, do you think that I would scream and panic and sell my Cardano? No, I'd be draining my bank account again. And because if 10 cents was a good opportunity for me, obviously 5 cents is legendary. I mean, I could really care less what the market thinks. We've outperformed the market and outpredicted the market before and after the fact. We've called the dumps and we've called the pumps before they've even happened. So I couldn't care less, like I said, what people think about, what the market thinks about Cardano. And a lot of times on this channel, we've been so sad because the market's been so bullish on Cardano, and I really wish more than anything it wasn't so that I could accumulate more of it. Yeah, so we were looking at this area right here. I believe that's the Fibonacci extension. And it looks like we're just finding temporary support right here. Is that a Fibonacci extension? No, it's just the bottom right here. Yeah, so it looks like, the key level that we're looking at is this level right here, and it's charted right here. And basically, if it breaks this level right here, you constantly have another low. So, I mean, this is a lower low, but this kind of it validates, this whole idea. I mean, this is a lower low, but this is still relatively substantial, basically. And with XLM more than anything, and I said this before and I'm gonna say it again, because it has to be said. With XLM more than anything, it's a correlated asset and it's highly correlated. It's like when XLM was highly correlated to XRP. If XRP pumped, XLM would pump. Well, if total goes down, like I was telling you guys yesterday, if total really starts crashing, then the whole market's going to crash with it. So, I mean, I wouldn't really spend too much time looking at XLM's chart. I look more at Bitcoin, I'd look more at total. If total starts crashing, XLM is probably going to start hitting its major support levels. But yeah, again, all eyes on this 4-hour candlestick close. Everybody always calls it way too early. They're impatient. They don't know technical analysis, or they just pretend like they're smarter than the markets. They're smarter than the price action, which is king. We have to wait for this 4-hour candlestick close. I mean, yeah. I mean, we have this massive dump. People are like, oh, there's a 1-hour candlestick close above the. It's got to be a 4. It's got to be a 4. Dump. And so, yeah, that's really what we're looking at. I'll try and stay on, but, yeah. I mean, if you really believe in the project and you got in at a good price, that's really what I would say is. I mean, for XLM, for me, it's like, I mean, it's cool. And wire transferring money, like, trust me, I understand the whole XRP thing and the whole XLM thing. I just, It's very high risk, very high reward, in my opinion. I mean, you can get mass adoption from it, but people aren't necessarily looking at it as like an asset. They're more looking at it as a use case, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if there is something that's useful like that, it's obviously going to appreciate in value, which is what everybody's talking about. But I mean, it's not really like Cardano, like the whole network is incentivized by the token, and like you have to use the token to operate in the valuable ecosystem. Whereas XLM, I mean, it's the same thing, but you're really just holding it to make a quick lightning fast transfer. I don't know. I don't know. I'm telling you, it's not a crap coin. It's got potential. Our massive central bank's gonna adopt it. You gotta have hopium. And that's why I say it's high risk, high reward in the sense that for its intended like use case, for what it's intended to do, what its full potential, it could happen, but there's some speculation there. But definitely, I mean, you could easily use it to lightning fast do transactions. There's no arguing that. It's just I think a lot of these guys are like, well, Ripple's in its thing right now, and it's all about the community and it's all about the reputation, and I'm not even gonna go into that, but so that's giving the opportunity to XLM, and then if they can secure some deals, then the currency could potentially blow up in price. Could happen. High risk, high reward. Very small percentage of my portfolio, to be honest. But I do hold it, and I don't hold crap coins. When I go to sleep at night, I don't want to be holding some crap coin that I'm like, oh my gosh, is this about to dump 90% tomorrow? When I go to sleep, I sleep like a baby. Well, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but that wasn't because of my crypto portfolio. Yeah, I mean, we could go over like levels and like arbitrary levels all day long, but really, I have to look for this 4 hour close. If this 4 hour close, like this is everything is this 4 hour close. I could really care less about anything else. The price action can do whatever it wants. It doesn't matter. Hit the 4 hour close, and then I'll tell you what's gonna happen from there. But yeah, ask questions right now if you have any, because it's just gonna be boring looking at this chart. The fundamentals are really what makes XLM will be a win. Yeah, that's what I say. I say the same thing. Like, I can send you some XLM right now. You'll get it in like 2 seconds. I got you for sure. But, it's like with the whole, they're trying to get it to be like a cross-border payments method with like the real uh, extreme bullish use case being that you can transfer large amounts of money. Instead of having to do a wire transfer, you could use XLM, and then that would be a potential use case that would be extremely bullish, and it's high risk, high reward. Could happen, could not, we'll see. I mean, it already has, yeah, so. Yeah, like I said, like you can't take away the token. Like I said, it's in my portfolio. I can send you some right now and you'll get it in like 2 seconds. Like, obviously that's, technology speaks for itself. Thanks for coming all the way. Thanks for coming on all the time, man. You're always yawning. Yeah, you know, absolutely. But yeah, I just didn't get a lot of sleep last night. But ask me questions about crypto or like whatever you got going on. But I appreciate, you know, the recognition. I want to be in the trenches with the boys because I know there's a lot of people losing money right now. I know there's a lot of people stressing right now. I know there's just blood in the streets. People are getting liquidated. And I would love to like come to you guys and be like, "Oh, this is the perfect time for this and that." And I'm here for that, but obviously right now is not the time to be entering in. I mean, I'm telling you guys, there like right now there's blood in the street, but like just wait for that 4-hour candlestick close on total. If that 4-hour candlestick close on total happens where relative to where it's at right now, it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath. Let's see, BTC. Let's look at ETH to Bitcoin comparative. It's been doing good. I told you guys like that I didn't lose faith in it, and I tried to have, you know, some like I don't want to hold on to my opinions, and they're not really opinions, but I'm willing to like favor an opposition against it, but so I was like, maybe if we can hit a 4-hour candlestick and close in this falling wedge area, if we were to hit a 4-hour candlestick and close into here, potentially we could go bullish and like potentially start to look for a reversal idea to even start to think about a reversal idea out of this. And then that 4-hour candlestick didn't close, continues down, everything going according to schedule. Not as bad as people who put their life savings in on GME. Uh, yeah, I mean, I just feel bad for all of it. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm just trying to help people out. I wish I had some good questions. I'm just not really worried or anything. That's good, that's good. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't know, but if you're on this channel, like you don't have to stress. We don't stress on this channel. The people that stress are the people that come to my channel and they're new subscribers, and they haven't been listening to me tell them what's going on. Cause like once you get on this channel and once I break everything down for you, you're like, oh, okay, now I understand the markets. Now I'm like clear headed. And like I said, like, you know, like the GME thing, like with GameStop, like obviously that was risky and there were no real fundamentals and, you know, this is not like the pump and dump, like whatever, like with that. These are totally different circumstances. But yeah, sad stories. People losing a lot of money, people greed, and some other stuff. You and my books feel wow and feeling selfish. It's only the few of us that gets this good content. You guys are you're on the boat. You guys are on the boat. We saved you. You're saved from the bloodshed. This is Noah's Ark. And I'll tell you guys when the coast is clear. Well, like I said, I'm like, guys, we got to be technical about this. We got the wick, we didn't get the 4-hour bloodbath continuation. Let's take a look at total. Yeah. It's really just gonna be kind of boring right now because I went over everything you need to know. Like right now, like I said before, what we're looking at is we're looking for those 4-hour candlestick closes. So we have the Bitcoin that we're looking at, and then this one. Like I said, it's gonna be a bloodbath just because this isn't entirely bearish engulfing, but this is just as bad, if not bearish engulfing right here. and this is on the 4-hour. This is substantial. So this is just, if we get a close anywhere around here, like people are like, oh, maybe it's cooling off, maybe the dump's over. We get a close on this 4-hour anywhere relative to here, it's just going to be a bloodbath. Because if we do break that, we have these wicks here. Let me show you on this one specifically. So we have this wick right here, and this is a low, and then this is technically a higher low right here in the immediate short term. What I'm talking about is if we do get this 4-hour candlestick close right here, then we could continue going down to right here. So we get this close bearish, the price action drops. If we break below this, we set a lower low, and we validate essentially it's not a downtrend, but it is in the short term. It is a downtrend on the bottom trend lines where it's a low, lower low, and then a lower low on the bottom half into like a consolidation pattern, I guess, because this is a high and then this is a higher high. But this area at the very least to this area at the very least would be in play. And again, like I said, bloodbath. I want me some more long positions. Waiting for your heads up. I got you. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to be stealing money from the markets, like, because everybody's just going to get absolutely wiped out. Everybody's going to have lost all their money. And then we're just going to come in, hit the bottom, and hit perfect longs. And ride this puppy back up. But yeah, it's just kind of boring. We're waiting for that 4-hour candlestick close. I kind of want to go because I already briefed you guys on everything you need to know, but at the same time, I mean, I feel like you guys want me to sit here and like babysit, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. I really do want to help, but I mean, I told you guys what you need to know. And we're just waiting on this close right here. I can't really tell you anything until we get this close. Anything other than this is just going to be, for lack of a better word, just guessing. Like, see, like if this wicks up here, potentially the dip wouldn't be so substantial, if not a potential reversal idea. But we need to see this close. We need to have the information right here before anything else. Any channel that says, oh, well, I know what's going to happen before this close happens, they're full of it. They're full of it. What time zone do the charts go in again? They go in what's called UTC time, so universal time. Yeah, right here. It's loading. Have you done analysis on YFI? I haven't in this stream. I can definitely do that for you because I don't clickbait on this channel. I was just primarily going over Bitcoin, but Bitcoin, we need that 4-hour candlestick close. So I could definitely go over YFI. So it looks like we're hitting our targets pretty well. This is Urine Finance. The fundamentals on this coin are nice, you guys know. That's why it's so high. It's not so high because it's like the best crypto ever. It's because the market cap's low, although it is a nice DeFi coin and it does tend to predict when DeFi is going to make its moves. So this was a symmetrical triangle, and then we had the measured move, and mostly what I want to talk about, and we covered XLM for a second earlier, it's not necessarily YFI like in and of itself like what's going to dictate the price is going to be, you know, BTC, and it's going to be BTC.D, Bitcoin dominance, total market cap, which we talk about a lot, like Bitcoin crashing or pumping or whatever. Those are the macro factors that are really going to move this chart other than the chart itself. So, I mean, we can chart on it for a second. So, trying to figure out, let's go to the daily. What was the timestamp on the last candle? What was the timestamp on the last candle? And then I'll go back to YFDI to help you out. Timestamp is 0000, so it's right here. 0000. Let's see. IFI USD. Alright, so yeah, let's take a look at year in finance. We're gonna go onto more of the macro charts. We like to really get a good idea on more of the macro charts where these coins are headed. So this isn't looking too good on US Tether. You got a double top right here. It looks like the measured move has played out just by eyeballing right here, this measured move. Maybe it's got a little bit left to run. Let's take another look at her. Nobody uses US Tether. I mean, they do. A lot of crypto, but it's not the main crypto chart that we look at. We look at this chart right here. So on the daily, that's fine if we go to the daily, because I'm sure this is relatively what everybody's looking for. So again, this is like a skill and art. Let's go back to the weekly. It's anybody can do technical analysis. The skill comes in as to like where you're going to chart stuff, where you're going to draw swing highs, where you're going to draw swing lows, things like this. All right, I like this area right here a lot, and I like this area here a lot. So let's take a look at it. So we take this Fibonacci tool right here, Fibonacci retracement, and again, we said we like this area right here, this swing high to this, I don't know, because this is a swing low right here too. Do like this. Should we go to the monthly chart? I'm trying to think. Let's go to the monthly. Yeah, let's go this one right here. I like this a lot. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. You already know. Look how perfect that is. That looks like we oh my gosh. It just takes a second for an analyst to really, like I said, it's an art. Anybody can do a swing low to swing high, but you see how we nailed that perfectly? It's because we really took the time, we really looked at the exact, like I said, anybody can do technical analysis. Anybody can, you know, tell you the blah, blah, blah. This is our next target, this is our next target. Support levels are going to be around these levels right here, would be a nice pullback. Are we going to bottom there? I don't have too much time to go over this chart entirely. but yeah, it's looking clean. All right, so we called this top already just with that one chart drawing. And then so because this is validated, this most likely looks like it was just about to be validated, and it looks like it's going to be here and then potential pullback here. All right, I don't have too much time to go over it, but I just wanted to give you that macro perspective if that's what you were looking for. Hopefully that really helps you out, and we'll continue to cover it. As Crypto Love would say, boom shakalaka. Yeah, absolutely. I hope that helps you out. I think that, gives you a pretty decent uh, strategy on what's going on with the markets. Let's see. Monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour. Have it starred. We're in the trenches right now. So that's 0 right there. So we're about 10 minutes away. If this is accurate, if this is up to date, I don't know if this is moving because this should be seconds. Come on. Oh, we're 2 minutes away. Oh, this is so exciting. A little less than 2 minutes away. So yeah, let's take a quick look at this. We're going to take a quick look at this. Right now this would be bearish if it closed right here. We'll see what happens. I want it to wick up a little bit more. And yeah, this is more of a concern to me is total right here, which is gonna have a massive implication on altcoins, have a massive implication on Bitcoin. This is looking very bearish to me. This needs to really pump up in these last 1 or 2 minutes, and I just do not think that that's it. We're not going to talk about what I think about. We'll see how it closes. Could it go up? Could it go down? I'm not going to sit here and guess for you. Who cares? Well, I'll give you the information as soon as it's posted, fresh off the charts. That's right next to perfectly bearish. Like, that is bearish if it does hit anything remotely close to that. I mean, if it hits this is like absolute maximum bearishness. Oh, that is bearish. So we did get our close. It is bearish. Bye-bye. Yeah, hit that area. Oh, you're gonna wick it? Yeah, you don't think it is. I told you it was bearish. So, this is what I was saying. Like, so we did get that bearish candlestick close, and then I'll go over Bitcoin's close. But the potential for the market to continue waking down. The only thing, all the technicals are screaming that the market's going down. There could be some buying pressure that comes in, and people are like, oh, these deals are too good. We'll see what happens. But it's not looking good. This could be what we call in the space called a long squeeze. Heck no, I would not fall for something like this. A long squeeze is where they pump up the price a little bit, pump, 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 psh, and then they dump it. It's not really funny. People cry on that thing, for real. Yeah, long squeezes can be dirty. Alright, let's take a look at how Bitcoin closed. BTC USD. And people are like, oh, I didn't even think I was right, and it's going up. I'm so happy. And then they literally hunt the longs, and they dump the price. It's brutal. It is brutal. So this is right next to like the maximum bearishness, whatever you would say. This is right next to there. Then if we go swing high, should be this point right here. Because we can take obviously multiple different measurements because it works on all different time frames. Yeah, I mean, from both metrics, it's not looking good. Let's keep that right there. And then as soon as it hits this level, it's basically adios, and it's going to continue going down. Make sure that we get the ticker symbol and the time frame, the TF all straightened out. Yep, bye-bye. And then like just like to seal its fate would be like a 1 hour candlestick close below this line would just be absurdly bearish. And then obviously I was like, this is gonna happen, and then this is gonna be bearish momentum, and then this bearish momentum could break this line right here. And if it breaks that, then obviously everything's gonna tank even more. So, I mean, is that a possibility that that doesn't happen? Yeah, it's a possibility that that doesn't happen, but there's a better possibility right now that it does. And I would be staying absolutely clear of the markets right now. Now, if you have a hodl position, if you bought Bitcoin or whatever, it's going up over the long term. I'm not a financial advisor. It's going up over the long term. So I'm not telling anybody to sell their hodl position. And people always say, should I sell and buy back in? That's the worst strategy. That's how people lose money. You hear stories so much, especially as an OG, of so many people losing money as they try and do that strategy. That's not a strategy. And if it is a strategy, that's a losing strategy. And there's all sorts of reasons why they just get absolutely murked doing that. The main reason is because they sell their Bitcoin and then the price keeps dropping, or the price drops a little bit and then it keeps rising, and they're like, oh, should I buy in right here? And then it keeps rising, and they're like, should I buy back in right here? And then it keeps rising, and they miss the train, and then they end up FOMOing up like 20 or 30%. It's just such a bad strategy. That's really the only way you'll lose money in crypto is if you pull out of Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin's, I mean, if you bought the top of Bitcoin at 27 or at 20K, which didn't even go to 20K, it went to 19, whatever, I don't remember. You're in profits right now. The only way you would have lost is if you sold. Nice. Exactly as predicted. You guys like Carl the Moon? I like Carl the Moon. I really do like Carl the Moon. But yeah. So I mean, yeah, I mean we could close above it and that would be, or below it, and that would be more bearish, but it's pretty bearish as it is. And so we're just looking at this level right here. Potentially, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's gonna bounce right there, what I am saying is that we could definitely hit this area, bounce, and then come back down. Definitely in the cards. Let me see if I have any questions. Let me see if I have any juicy questions. Thank you, thank you. The fact so many of the channels are so certain Bitcoin is going to keep flying makes me worried. So over the long term, it looks good. Over the short term, it's not looking so hot. So, I mean, we cover, exactly how it is. But when we zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out. I mean, and it comes down to this, like it's exactly like this, and it happens like in every charting formation. You have three time frames that you look at. You look at the monthly time frame, and the monthly time frame is like your long-term time frame. And on the long term, when we zoom out, it looks very healthy. Then you have your shorter term time frames or your midterm time frames, which would be your weekly, your daily charts, and this is kind of what happens over the next few days to weeks. And then you have your shorter term time frames, which is like your 12-hour all the way down to like your 4-hour. And on the 4-hour, it just is not looking so hot, which is what we went over, and that's how we anticipated the dump. But over the longer term time frames, like specifically like the monthly chart, it looks really good. Any clue on the duration of this market massacre? I can only call the dumps. I can only tell you it's going to occur. I can't really. The TA is only limits me to so much. We could pull Fibonacci time zones, and I could, yes, give you a approximation, but those are only so accurate. Still wouldn't short it. Yeah, I wouldn't short it. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't short it. I mean, we are in a bull run. So here's why. I don't want to just be like, some like parent that's like, well, I said no, so no. There's a real answer as to why I'm saying you don't want to short it. You don't want to short it because, like I said, in the midterm to long-term time frames, we're still looking really healthy, and the trend is your friend until it ends. Like, it might sound annoying, and you might have heard that a lot of times, but it's a key fundamental trading whatever you would say, like rule. I guess, yeah, rule would probably be the most appropriate term. And so we can't, go against the long-term trend in good faith because, you do see those wicks back up like we did see. And so I wouldn't I wouldn't FOMO into a long. I also wouldn't like FOMO into a short. Not that you're FOMOing in, but I wouldn't short it just because the macro in the midterm trend is still looking good, and we need more information on how. I mean, we could have shorted it, yes, as soon as we got that 4-hour candlestick. I was like, it's bearish. We could have shorted it. We could have made money like multiple times, but that's the reason why, because you can have these massive buying wicks that come in because we are in a bull run. Shorting seems enticing, but too risky. LOL. BTC to $1. JK. Chart champion reference. Gotta go, man. Have a good day. You too. Stay safe out there. Come back to Noah's Ark. We'll help you out. We'll keep you safe. Let's see. Yeah, so we're like dangerously close to this area right here. So you have this, and then you come down here. And then this is really, for the market, this is really going to be a validation of that continuation down. Or no, not this. It's this one right here. We're not that close to this one. Is this the measured move? What is this? Oh, okay. Got a little confused. Okay, so this is the previous wick down, and then I drew this line right here so that when we do break this, that would be substantial. All right, so yeah, we're just chilling out, consolidating. There's people in disbelief. They're getting liquidated. Could wick. Who knows? We're staying out of this bloodshed. I'll tell you when the coast is clear, like I always do. Yeah, I really want to pull up this swing high to this swing low because I do like the relevancy there a lot. So we're going to pull up a Fibonacci and then trend base because we're looking at it from a shorter's perspective, not a Fibonacci retracement. And then we're going to go from this swing low, which I targeted, which looks really clean, to this swing high to this swing low. And then we're just going to turn up the background a little bit on this, just so it's a little bit easier to see. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and then we can still see the price action right here. And I really can't say that this is a bounce off the 0.786 level, because it's not. I mean, we could wick this. We could literally come up to this line right here, test this as bearish, and then continue lower. There's literally nothing saying that that could not happen. Ask me questions though. We're just waiting. We're just looking. There's nothing that's even showing anything close to a reversal. So if you have any questions about specific altcoins or like with Bitcoin, we're going over the price as it's printed on the charts, and we're given the TA as it occurs. Where do you estimate the local bottom at this point? Okay. Let's see. For Bitcoin, I'm definitely assuming it's going to be, let's see, USD. So like local bottom would be like, you know, like where would it go in like the immediate short term? I would say probably like right here, bounce, continue lower. So like price action comes down, bounces right here, maybe bounces right here, bounces right here, bounces right here. It sounds stupid, and I said that like last stream about Ethereum, and then it hit every single one of the bounces perfectly. And we've had some winning streaks so hard that now, I mean, I'm not as certain on this, but those are definitely the levels that I'm looking at. And then this is substantial. And then as far as like where would we bounce like entirely? The bullish scenario, and we have to look at what's really going on, like with like the candlestick patterns on the 4 hour, and we need to see like where it's hitting in the retracement, and we need to look at the patterns, and there's a lot of stuff that needs to be factored in. But the most bullish argument is that we come down something like to this level right here, this level right here, and we find support on this resistance. So you constantly see resistance, 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 and then potentially we bounce this area again, either on the Fibonacci area or on this trend line right here, which we would be hitting as support flipped resistance and then bouncing higher, keeping this low intact and creating a higher low and continuating this uptrend in the small to mid to pretty much small term. It just depends on who you ask as far as time frames, but that would be the bullish scenario. And I hate playing crypto bear because at 10,000, when Bitcoin was 10,000, I was saying it was going to go to 100,000, and people thought I was insane. Now we're over halfway there. So I'm not a crypto bear, but that is like the bullish argument, and I'm leaning more towards um, something like this, something like this. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards something like 44 to 40 in the short term, and then a bounce, and then um, I think a lot of guys are just, they come into the space and they're moon boys, and like people called BitBoy a moon boy, and there's a lot of, and like people called me a moon boy when I was saying 100K, and they're like, you're crazy. But and now we have people in the space saying, calling for 300,000, 400,000, well-respected people. And I honestly think that my predictions are always extremely conservative. I don't think that, like, if you told me that in a year from now Bitcoin was trading at over 100,000, I wouldn't be surprised. But my target's at 100K, and I think that, like, I think I can hit 100K. It's not so, like, if it goes over 100K, that's, I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the bullish and bearish. But we need more information. We need more information, of course, and we're taking it level by level. And it looks like we're just consolidating before moving lower. We always see this though. Right here you have the wick, comes back up, consolidates a little bit, drops again. It's like in every single fractal of every single dump. Comes up a little bit. Oh, we're saved. We're saved. Psh. Could we reverse? Yeah, there's no ideas printed on the charts that say we're even close to reversing yet. We can't even entertain that idea. Is there any more questions? No. And again, I'm not a crypto bull or a bear, like long term. Like, I just have to be realistic with the charts. And a lot of people think that we're gonna hit $1 million in Bitcoin tomorrow, and a lot of people think we're going to zero tomorrow, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening. Wow. Yeah, so these tend to bleed worse. Like I said, like alts really start to bleed. And, we hit this level. I'm like, I don't think this is a bounce right here. We continue lower. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. For crypto total market cap, I think, at this point, we're just watching the 4-hour candlesticks. We need way more information pointed on the charts. I think I'm going to go. So ask me any questions before I go. I covered everything you needed to know, like multiple times. So if there's anything you need to know, I probably covered it. You can just ask me, and I'll go over it again real quick. But right now we're bearish. There's no signs of a reversal. I told you guys that this dump was coming. I told you guys that, there's bloodshed. We called the first, there's been like 2 or 3 dumps. We called all of them. I think there was 3 dumps. There was one dump the other day, and then there was another dump on Ethereum that we called. And we called these, I'm not gonna say, we called everything. But I told you guys to stay out of the markets. I'm still telling you guys to stay out of the markets. What I want to see to have some confidence in the markets and entering back in. Because like I said, I told my community, I said, stay out of the markets. It's going to be a bloodbath. And then you see stuff like this. And you see stuff like this. And you see, why aren't we going back up? It's because we're in a bloodbath right now. What I want to see is at least at the bare minimum, and we can't even look at it from here. We'd have to go from this level right here to at the ultra conservative, this level right here, and this is ultra conservative. We would at least need to see total market cap at least hit this level. I want to see this level though, just because let's go right there. Let's go right here. Yeah, so I want to see at least it hit this level before even a consideration of us entering back into the markets. Let's take this level out right here. Let's make this one a little bit fatter. We can't even consider the idea. Like, we're so bearish right now. And we're not bearish, the market's bearish. And so we have to, we're listening to the market. Yeah. And this is the conservative target. Like, really, there's different ways of measuring it. So like I said, this is very, very, very conservative in the favor of the bulls. And we're just nowhere near a reversal right now. And then to start to entertain the idea that we're out of the reversal, we have to see, so is that the 0.382 level? So we would have to see the candlestick come above this area, hit it, and close above it, and this would be the start to, okay, we might be out of this thing, the absolute start. But we're not even close to these levels. Let's see how this ends up playing out. I'm looking at the 4-hour candlestick closes. The more it trends down, the more bearish it is. And then the second that it breaks this level, price should continue to dump. Let's see. Gotta go. See you, bro. Yeah, sounds good. Do you think Elon's comments about Bitcoin and ETH being high has anything to do with what happened today? I was just looking at the charts, and like I say a lot on this channel, the charts, the price action is king. And so like the charts will print out whatever the news is. You don't have to look at the news because a lot of times the charts will justify the news or get factored into the price, like whatever. So price action is king more than anything. I didn't see that comment about Elon Musk saying that Bitcoin and ETH are a little high today. But all that does, and it's really for his benefit, and you would think that it wouldn't be. You would think that it wouldn't be in Elon Musk's benefit to say that Bitcoin and Ethereum are too high today. And it is interesting that he mentioned Ethereum when he's obviously more into Cardano. We're not going to really touch on that. That's, but this is what I would say about that is that it comes down to RSI, it comes down to the moving averages, and like I said before, I'm going to constantly say it because it's absolute fact. As we continue to go down in price, as we consolidate, it's justifying the price action, it's building VPR support, it's cooling down the relative strength index, which is the RSI, it's allowing these moving averages to continue to move higher, and again, the long-term outlook on the macro trends for Bitcoin, they're still in an uptrend. Everything looks good on the monthly. So all slowing down the price of Bitcoin does, all of what it like slowing it down, consolidating and what it's good for everybody. It might not seem like it. It might not seem like it short term. A lot of the people that are longing it are like, oh, this is terrible. I promise you, it's good for the price long term. We're not seeing any signs of anything showing like to be worried on the longer term. We have a dip, we consolidate for a little bit, we blast off higher and longer, and that's great. So, yeah, that's what I would say. That's so like you because it wouldn't even make sense. Like it's like if Elon holds 1.5 billion dollars worth of Bitcoin, why is he saying that it's overvalued? Like, wouldn't that like be the knife in his fork? Elon's known about crypto for a while, and obviously they all know about how the cycles work and whatnot. It's in their benefit. So short term, yeah, dump is what we're looking at. We'll cover it again. Price action is king, regardless of people's opinions, regardless of the news. Price action is king. We'll cover it. We'll keep you updated. Just turn on your notifications because this is a smaller channel, so you get notified. We update constantly, and I'll be most likely doing another update tonight. So this will be my third update video today because I really care about you guys and I want to make sure you guys are updated on the charts. Um, and that's really it. Is that that's my opinion on it. That's like whatever. And price action's king, and we'll cover the price action and keep you guys up to date. I hope you guys have a good day, and I was keeping you guys super up to date, so you guys didn't get wrecked. I kept you guys out of 2 or 3 bloodbaths at this point. And I'm just, I wish we had a bigger community. I wish we had more people that we could save. I feel like Noah's Ark saving you guys constantly and getting you into these massive opportunities when they occur. So I'll keep you guys updated. I showed you guys exactly what you need to look at. Have a good day, and hopefully, you're not new to this channel and you're not stressing, because on this channel we don't really stress because we know what we're doing. Alright, with that being said,